Hello, my name is Erin Wimert, and I am here today with a yin class today focusing on the neck and the back. So I have quite a lot of props here. I've got a couple blocks, a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow and also a blanket. If you enjoy today's class, I'd be so grateful if you would subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to leave a donation, my information is in the movie notes. All right, let's get started. So, first shape we're going to do is with our blanket. And we're going to roll our blanket from the folded edge and just make it tight, almost like the shape of a taquito. Now, depending on how big your roll is, that's going to determine how big the shape is. So, I'm going to go mostly all the way. And as I lay back on this, the bottom tips of my shoulder blades are going to go right off this edge that's furthest away from me. So not down here, right up here is where the bottom tips of the shoulder blades go. All right, and then from here we'll lay back. You can cactus the arms. You can reach for opposite wrist or elbow. Again, if this feels like it's too much, you can unroll it a little bit. Also, if your neck is tight, you might consider bringing a pillow or another blanket under the head. I like to place the feet wide and knock the knees into center, but you can absolutely extend your legs long into Shavasana. You can have the feet together, knees open wide. So any of these are good. If you feel like you need to shimmy around a little bit to find the right spot, go ahead. And then when you're ready, just take a full big breath in and exhale. Let it go. Just feel the upper arm bones drop. Feel the elbows and the wrists heavy. And see if you can allow your sacrum to release towards the earth. And feel the creases of your legs or the creases of your hips right at the tops of your thigh bones heavy. And if you haven't yet, you might consider closing the eyes. And notice if there's any tension under the ears, around the neck, the tops of the shoulders. And just have the intention to let go. And we'll find just another 3 or 4 breaths. Really use those exhalations to remind yourself to become heavy. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, start to bump your hips to one direction, drop your knees, and carefully press up. Okay, so we'll remove the blanket. For our next back bend, we're going to go a little bigger. Grab a hold of your blocks. One block is going to be here at a level 3, its highest level. This is where your head's going to go. This other block is going to be at a level 2. We're going to do something similar. This is going to be a bigger shape. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades go off this edge of the block that's furthest away from you. So not that one. That might not feel great. So bottom tips of the shoulder blades here. You don't want to feel it. The middle back isn't getting the lift. It's the upper back. So if when you lay back here and realize it's too much, you can go back to that first shape for sure. And if you feel like an intuitive need to shimmy around, you can. Again, feel free to knock the knees in. I like this if my low back is feeling a little tender. Again, just look for the same um, sense of weight in the joints of your body. So, again, upper arm bones, elbows soft, wrists and fingers soft. If this is really tight for your shoulders, you can always bring support under your arms if you have extra pillows nearby. You can notice if it feels like you're lifting the sacrum up, the back of the pelvis. Just feel your sacrum release. As you move your awareness around the body, notice if you feel any clenching or gripping, any sense of holding. For me, it's in the shoulder. So I just have this continuous reminder to relax the shoulders. You can relax the face. And find just a few more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, start to slide the palms back, lift the head up and the chest up. You can either roll to one direction or you can use your hands to press up. Okay, so we'll remove our blocks and just roll around onto your stomach for Sphinx Pose. Now, you can find that number 11 with the forms. You can interlace your fingers. I like a soft interlace here. And you can keep the head upright. You can also let the shoulders shrug. You can even let your head go. Feel free to relax the legs, let the ankles fall apart, the thighs. And if you are choosing to let the head go, feel the shoulders, the shoulder blades just releasing down towards the pelvis. Allow the chin to fall heavy to the chest. You'll start to notice that the breath is becoming a little more shallow. As you move into deeper states of relaxation, the breath becomes less and less audible, less detectable, but still very much there. As you inhale, lift the chin up just a few inches. Bring your arms back to a number 11 if they're not yet. And then thread your right arm underneath the left. Option to reach the left arm forward. Or you can cross your left arm up and over towards the right. Now you want to feel that you're not rolling to the right. Rather, your arms are crossed equally right at the upper arms. And you can lower the chin down. You can turn your head to one side. If you need, you can bring a block under the forehead. And as you continue to relax the lower half of your body, see if you can let your upper back be heavy. Instead of trying to tense up and pull away from the mat, just feel yourself give into gravity. See if you can relax your arms from your shoulders all the way out through the fingertips. Let's take a full breath in and out. As you inhale, lift the head up. Release your left arm if it's crossed. Release the right arm extended out to the right. Drop your right ear, and then we'll roll rightwards. You can either stack two bent knees, or you can place just your left foot behind you. If you need a pillow or blanket under your head, you can use that. And feel that you're not pushing or jamming your right shoulder into the ground. Rather, you're allowing your right shoulder to open and expand. Feel the chest expanding. See if you can take one more breath and roll back. And as you exhale, lower down to your belly. You can use your left fingertips. And then we'll come slowly back through Sphinx Pose. And we'll move to our shoulder stretch on side 2. So we'll thread the left arm underneath the right. And you can reach the right arm forward. If your shoulders are tight, this would be a good place to hang. Or you can bring your right arm up and over to the left. And again, you can rest your head on something. You can drop your chin to your chest or turn your head to one direction. See if you can again relax the upper back. Let your body be heavy. Let your body release away from the midline. Feel your shoulder blades widen away from each other. Feel the chest drop down. And hold your awareness on the next few breaths. Just letting those exhales be a reminder to release, to relax. And on your next inhale, lift the head up, release the right arm if it's crossed, and release your left arm out towards the left. Drop your left ear, and we will roll leftwards. Again, you can stack your knees. If you do that, you could always have a blanket between them. Or you can place just your right foot behind you. Just feel the left side of the chest opening as you roll back. Let's take a breath in, fill your lungs up, maybe roll back a little further. And as you exhale, use your right fingertips to lower yourself down. And then we'll press back into an embryo pose. Bring your knees together, sit the hips to the heels, and just round down, bring your arms by the sides, and find just about 4 or 5 breaths. And just relaxing whole body. And then we'll start to roll up. All right. So from your seat, let your hips fall to one direction. So I'm just laying on my right hip. And then I'm going to bring the right palm out. I'm just going to release my ear to my shoulder. Just feeling that nice release through the left side of the neck. And feel that you're not hyperextending through the right elbow. There's just a little softening there. You could do this down on your form if you prefer, if that's easier for you. You can just rest your left hand wherever it feels comfortable. It might feel good to lift the chin or turn the head around, just finding that sweet spot. We are going to do more with opening up the sides of the neck. This is just a little bit of a warm up. Feel the right ear heavy. And as you inhale, we'll slowly rise up and we'll switch sides. Bring your legs up and around towards opposite side. Lean into your palm, and I like to reach the palm or the forearm out away from me a bit so I'm not just jamming down into the wrist. And then when you're ready, let the head hang. Again, feel free to move around, find that sweet spot. Just feel the left ear heavy to the left shoulder. Let's take one more breath in and out. Slowly roll up. And we'll have a seat. If you want to sit on your bolster, you're welcome to. If sitting up is tough for you to do, definitely get your hips up a little higher. Why not? It's yin. Let's make this easy for ourselves. And then from here, just start to take a couple shoulder rolls, inhaling up and exhaling down and back. And then we'll switch directions, inhaling back and exhaling forward. And then we'll come back to center. And interlace your fingers behind your back. Bring your fists around your right rib cage. Roll the right shoulder back, hug the right elbow in, and then release the head down. If gripping or interlacing your fingers is tough, you could always just wrap your arm around the side of your waistline. You could use your right hand and grab the left wrist if that works better. Sometimes I like to lean a little bit to the opposite direction that I'm stretching just to deepen it. And take a big breath in. As you exhale, release the chin to the chest slowly. Bring your fists around now your left waistline. Roll the left elbow back, hug the left elbow in, shoulder back, and roll the left ear open. And feel this tension is releasing through the whole right side of your body. And feel that you're not forcing the head down, you're just allowing it to hang. And feel free to move the head around if that helps you find that sweet spot. And take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Carefully release your hands and interlace your hands behind the back of the head. And then feel the elbows hug in, not forcefully, you're just allowing them to drop into the midline. And then feel yourself just lift the back of the skull into the hands. Let's take a breath in. Careful is the key word here. Release the hands carefully. Roll your right ear towards the right shoulder. And then stretch your left arm out. Press the left palm down until you find that optimal sensation. Imagine pulling your arm away from you. And then if you want a little bit more, just use the right hand on the left side of the head as a weight, not to push the head down. You're just using it as a weight. Sometimes I find I get a little more sensation if I bring the left arm back and then press. And slow release, hands to thighs, chin to chest, moving carefully. And we'll switch it out, left ear to left shoulder, lengthen the spine. Stretch your right arm out, press down. Again, you might even work on bringing that arm back a little bit. And then if you did on the first side, bring your left hand as a weight to the right side of your head. Allow the left shoulder to relax. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, carefully hands to thighs, chin to chest. And then on an inhale, start to lift the head up. All right, we are going to utilize our bolster for our next shape. Bring your bolster so that it is perpendicular with the back of your mat. And bring your bolster up towards, this is my left hip, so I'm not mirroring you. I have my bolster up against my left hip. And we're going to come down with cactus arms. Now, if you find that your bolster or your pillows are maybe not dense and they're not going to support you very well, you can always stack pillows, or you can bring a blanket on top if you want a little bit more support. So you can bring your left ear down here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring the right ear down. And you'll feel that your left knee is up in line with your left hip. You can do whatever you want with your top leg. It could be straight, it could be bent. You certainly don't have to stack your knees. You can bring, again, support between them, a blanket or a pillow. And just let yourself sink into the bolster. Feel that you're relaxing your pelvis, all angles of the pelvis, your glutes, the inner thighs, outer hips. Let the legs be heavy. And take just a few more rounds of breath. And as you inhale, slide your palms back. And on your exhale, we'll press up. And we're just going to switch around to the second side. Bring your knees over towards the right. Scoot your right hip up against the bolster. And come down with cactus arms, either bringing your right ear down, or if you want more, bring your left ear down. And now on the side, your right knee is up in line with the hip. And just get heavy into the right hip. Let the chest drop down, let the arms and shoulders relax. Let's take a big breath in. Slide the palms back. Press on up. And then bring your knees to center. And we'll just take a moment to lay back on the bolster. You can bring a pillow behind the head if you want. If you want to take extra support out from underneath of you, you can. And just shimmy the shoulder blades and just creating a little shelf for the heart. Let the arms open. Let the toes fall out. Let's take a big inhale. Fill the lungs completely. And as you exhale, just feel yourself plop down. Let's become aware of the natural flow and rhythm of your breath. Please stay here for as long as you need or like. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.